What's up, everybody? It's your girl TJ. I am back with another video with my little buddy, Tiny Rick. If you know what this character, what show he's from, you're amazing. It's one of my favorite. It's actually what the theme song of the intro is based on for my videos. If you were curious, you should really go check out the Rick and Morty show. But thank you so much for tuning in to another video, and we are sticking with budget. More importantly, we're going to dive into my free ebook, How to Build a Set Budget. Now, two factors we're kind of going to cover in here: why I chose to write this ebook and why I made it free. So let's stick with why I actually wrote this ebook. For one, we can go ahead and partly blame our lackluster educational system that fails to educate kids on actual money management, because that's not what we're taught in school, right? When you go through school, you're taught to perform a task, do it efficiently, and to get hired as an employee somewhere. We're not actually taught how to manage our own money and build a solid foundation with it. I mean, we're not even taught how to do taxes, and that's like the most important thing you need to know how to do when you are an adult. So kudos to our education system for failing yet again at something else. So that's one reason. Now, there's a gap that needs to be filled, and that's something that I wanted to be able to do. Also, I think young people are suffering more than ever when it comes to the fact that they don't know how to manage money. When you look at baby boomers, they were kind of in that era of just a lot of stuff either just flowing perfectly, for them. They were kind of in the rise of the big boom of everything with .com, and now they're kind of finding out they didn't know what the hell they were doing with the money, and you had the Great Recession, which is actually a really big fascination to me. I mean, when it comes to The Big Short and Too Big to Fail, those are actually, one's a documentary and one's a movie, and those are two very good things to me. Like, I absolutely love them. I watch them all the time just for fun. That's how much of a financial nerd I am, I guess. I really love just going back over the Great Recession and how we all got there based on mortgage-backed securities and subprime lending. Anyway, I'm digressing. So, this has not been recorded. This isn't recorded. Sorry, you can see how this is going. So, anyway, that's what our parents got to go through, right, as baby boomers, and now they're retiring, and they're trying to also go ahead and educate people or younger people how to manage money. And when you kind of look, you can go, you guys didn't do that great of a job. I mean, let's be real, you didn't. So now young people are just kind of stuck. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to turn. And I get it. A lot will not necessarily listen to an older person anyway. You feel like you can't relate to them. You feel like they don't get you. I understand that. Hopefully you get me. Hopefully Tiny Rick and I can help you. So this ebook is geared at young people. That's really what the focus is. Once you dive into my ebook, you understand that it's really for those that are graduating either straight out of high school or coming out of college. And I did not factor into the person, or I guess the situation we follow, of you having kids. That adds a totally different dynamic. I would never tell people how to live their lives in terms of kids, having them, not having them, when to have them. I always get asked 24/7 because I'm 28 and married, been married 3 years now, when are you guys having kids? And it's like, seriously. I'm already pretty much paying for a child. His name is Uncle Sam, and it's student loan debt that I can never get rid of unless I pay it off or I die. And when you are pretty much funding the life of a child, which is about $1,000 a month when you factor in all the costs, when you're pretty much already funding that every single month in minimum debt payments, you don't want to have a kid. Nothing is appealing about that, okay? After having to understand that I need to keep making these extra payments to get out of debt, I want to sleep in. I don't want to be woken up by a crying baby right now. That's just me, personally, how I feel. I do love the kids. I love the babies. The ones that are not mine, because I can give them back at the end of the day, okay? Just being straight factual, all right? We are doing talks with TJ. I am being honest with you right now when it comes to that. So I thought there was a void that needed to be filled, especially when it came to educating young people on how to manage their money for themselves when they are leaving school, because I don't think we set them up properly. I don't think we do great exit counseling when it comes to kids coming out. I mean, most don't even understand what student loans they took out and the implications it's going to have on their life. That's really just the reality of it. Other reason that I wrote this ebook, good friend Lexi, that's partly why If you follow me on Twitter, I will go on financial rants. Usually, a lot of times it's about money management or budgeting, and these will just stem from maybe me reading, I don't know, a Yahoo News story. I don't know why I do that to myself, because they will set you off if you have common sense. Let's put it that way. And I'll read these things and I'm like, my goodness, like whoever taught these people how to manage money? And you understand maybe they didn't. They weren't maybe fortunate enough to have somebody that can manage money extremely well. That's something my mom taught me and I'm forever grateful for. And so I went on a rant just about money management and things like that. And she actually reached out to me and we got to working on a budget for her. And she got to see all the simultaneous goals financially that she could reach at one time with the income that she had. You didn't have to sit there and add in goo gobs of money extra from external sources to be able to do what you want to do. A lot of times it's just sitting down and realizing what are you currently spending money on, where's kind of the leak in your boat there, your financial boat, and how can we plug it? What can we do better? So we got a chance to work on that, and she went ahead and encouraged me to share this information with other people and write an ebook. So that is what I did. So you guys can go ahead and thank her for that. I have almost 100 copies sent out. Hopefully by the time you guys are viewing this, I'll actually have all 100 copies sent out. That would be awesome. Brings me to the next point. It is free. And I actually got a really weird look a few weeks ago when someone found out that I wrote this ebook. I'm offering it for free, and they're like, why? And it's not that I am not a proponent of the entrepreneurial spirit. I love it. I think it's amazing. We're really in an entrepreneurial time right now where every and anybody, they're trying to be their own boss and be in the market and provide the service, provide the product. I think that's awesome. But I don't think a lot of people are in it to just help anymore. And that's really what this came from. It was just from a place of helping. Yes, I could have, even if you put this on Kindle, I think Amazon, like you have to sell it for something. It's like $1 or $2 or something like that. It's like the minimum. I could have done that, and I could have had a couple $100 in my pocket minus taxes right now. But what that it wasn't enough. That wasn't what I was after. I had zero expectations to try to monetize this or make money off of this. I'm not even trying to monetize and make money off of YouTube. What I'm trying to do is just simply be a voice to be able to help some young person understand what a budget is and how it can really help and transform their life. So I wasn't doing this for the money. I'm doing it because when you see, and I guess maybe this is what teachers feel, when they see that spark, that moment that someone really can grasp that information and that light bulb turns on and they understand, when it comes to money, wow, this is possible. I'm able to make sure that I sustain my life. I'm able to do something for my future self, which is what's called saving. You're paying your future self by saving money because they're going to need money to live and eat in the future. And you are also able to do things like treat yourself. You're able to go out with friends. You're able to maybe save for a trip if you're trying to go on a vacation or just any number of things that you could want to do. You can do that if you create a budget and you manage your money and you tell it where to go and you don't let it control you. That's what you can do with a budget. I want that light bulb to turn on for you. So that's what happened. That's what this ebook is. So my ebook, it is pretty short. It's only 44 pages, and that's even including endnotes and the disclosure page. So 44 pages. So hopefully you have an attention span of 42, let's say, of reading. In the book, I actually made sure that you guys could follow along. So if you look in the book, just like actually on one of the sooner pages on page 10, so what you guys can hopefully see here is this is a little diagram or graphic that you guys are going to see in the ebook, and that allows you to follow along in the scenario. So we pick out an income, we pick out average expenses, and we go through and we create this entire budget. That way you can see what I'm doing on paper every single step of the way. I don't want you to feel lost. I don't want you to feel confused. That's not what this is about. Most of us are already confused enough when it comes to money. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible, so you get to follow along with that. Even more importantly, when you are done, when we get to the end, I even made a worksheet for you to do your own. So this is kind of the example one based on percentages when we go through the example, and then you get to build your own budget. So you get to put in your own income and put in the cost for all of your own expenses, and then at the bottom you see zero there. Maybe you can see zero there. And that's because at the end of your budget, like we talked about, it should be zero. It should be $0 left over. You should have every single dollar allocated to something. And that's what that is about with the zero-based budget. So sorry, guys, about the lighting kind of changing here on us. Got a little dark there. But you want to be able to have every single dollar allocated. And I show you how to do that, how to create this zero-based budget So you're not lost. You're with me every single step of the way. I have that graphic there. That was actually my husband's suggestion. So thank you, babe, for that suggestion, to be able to give people the chance to write it down on paper for themselves. That way you guys can actually try it out, play around with it, test it. When you create your first budget, it's not going to be 100% right for the first few months, because you're really trying to figure out everything. You're trying to figure out, what do I actually do need to spend on food, or maybe gas, or whatever it may be. A lot of people under budget for food. That's actually the most under budgeted category whatsoever. We don't under budget for that, trust me. We spend a lot of money on food. But that's fine. Carbs are bad. I will spend the money on food. But that's what my book is about. You are able to email me. My email is below. You can also find it, of course, on my contact page for here on YouTube. And I just want you to be able to reach out. We're going to dive even further into this ebook of what it is, but it helps you create a budget. It's customized for you based on your income, your expenses, and what you want to do. The set part is the customizable part. What do you want to do? How much do you want to save? What extra debt payments do you want to make? If you even have debt payments. Some people don't have that debt that they have to actually pay on. So then it comes down to, what do you want to do with that money? Maybe you want to save that and put, maybe it can be for extra investing. If you already don't have 401k coming out of your regular paycheck, maybe we can go into extra investing, just putting that money aside so that it has a purpose and that it's doing something beneficial for yourself, for today and for tomorrow. And then, of course, treating yourself. I'm all about treating yourself. I treated myself to this sweatshirt, which if you guys want this sweatshirt, let me know, and then I can put the link below for you guys to get this Tiny Rick sweatshirt. It's super warm. It makes me, I'm like swimming in this. It's adult medium, but I'm swimming in this sweatshirt. It makes me look, not like a little bitty person, because that's actually what I look like if you ask my husband. So thank you guys so much for being able, or giving me your time to watch this video, to talk about my ebook, How to Build a Set Budget, living for today while you're planning for tomorrow while enjoying the little things. That's like the long extended name of it. But creating a budget, I'm just here to help young people, and I hope that you guys can kind of be able to connect with me. That way we can help you create a budget, take charge of your money, and be able to do the things you want to do. We can't just live in a state of being completely unhappy financially. I think it's time to change that. And I'm not asking anything from you other than your time. It's 344 pages. Hopefully you can do that. If not, hopefully somebody else is able to reach out to you and to connect with you when it comes to creating a budget. That's really the only hope that I have, is that you guys feel a lot more confident financially in yourselves, managing your money, being successful with it. That being said, thank you again for watching. I will go ahead and make sure that I remind you guys again, email below if you want the ebook. I send it out immediately to you. And then if you have any questions, comments, concerns, be sure to email me back. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.